Hello. What's up, everybody? We are inside of a video game. We're starting off playing Perfect Cherry Blossom because of its really good main theme music. So I will be sure to game over as many times as possible so we can linger on it for more time. Yeah, for now I'll be staying in here because honestly, who's gonna stop me? I don't have to press buttons. Hands up here. Hands up here, off the keyboard. What are we doing today? What's the weather like where you are? Hope it's good. Weather's been getting better. It gets worse before it gets better because it's like snow, then it's dirt, then it's bearable. Snow is nice. Snow is, you know, has its own minuses. It has its own cons, I should say. I got slipped into foreignness in there. It has its own cons, but it's pleasant. It's at least, you know, I have fun being outside when it is snowing. When it's dirty, I just honestly, it's like, who cares? Stop talking to me. And then you know, it gets sunny, it gets whatever, days become longer. I was gonna watch Steins Gate, PP. You're being weirdly inconsiderate with your unchanging scheduled streams. the only changing part about them, I suppose you're actually incorrect about them being unchanging. It's because last week we didn't do one. So you are well within your right to you know, get used to a different schedule. You know, the world moves so fast nowadays that, you know, if something changes, you kind of have to assume that that's how it's going to be forever now. But let's hit up extra. I'm thinking. Again, I don't have to. Hands can be off the keyboard. I don't have to press buttons. Steins Gate, huh? Also, damn, you guys still have snow? Not right now, no. Not anymore. Does it show if you've completed it? No. It's been a warm winter. This is true, yes. It was like December was very cold and snowy, and then once it hit January, it like became spring immediately. And then at the very end of February, that word is impossible to say. Can't be done. The very end of February, it started snowing again, which is when I had the most fun walking around outside and getting sick a little bit. A little bit sick. Just a little of a feeling of like, I gotta drink something warm now. If I don't, it's gonna be trouble. Ow. Something like that. Ish. Let's check for Twitch comments. No. Just making sure, you know. Because I can't change the game's position on the screen. Maybe in the settings I could do it, but I would hate to try and do that right now. Just don't chase it, don't chase it. Calm down and collect your dues once the road is clear. Don't blindly chase success and hurt yourself in the process. Oh my god, just like Oshinoko. Just like that one part in Oshinoko. been reading Oshinoko lately, and by been reading, I of course mean I finished it in 2 weeks. Because it's really good. Mostly it's just fun. It goes in. You sit down and you read it. I didn't even want to like rush it. I was just like, I'm sort of interested. I haven't read a manga in a while. Might as well go to Yen Press and read their second most purchased manga of 2023 or whatever. And then yeah, it just kept reading it. Which I think is a skill. Like, that sort of sometimes can sound like bad praise, I think. Or it's like, oh, this is sort of trashy, soap opera-y quality. This is slop, it's easy to read. But I think that's actually, there's a lot of artistry to making something interesting. Plus, it's not like it's manipulative about it. Exactly. I think there's a lot of genuine emotion in there. That sort of drives the story forward. I hate this bit. Like, it requires so much patience I don't have today or ever. I agree, yeah. You're really assimilating. For those of you who are not in the official Poison Parfait Poison Planet Discord, Kaju posted a screenshot from the Oshinoko manga in Polish. Because he's in Poland right now. Exposed. This is Ron Yakumo. We have the stream title namesake on the screen. Okay, we can switch games now. We can go to the main title menu again and listen to the song. Well, we have a lot of bombs. This is nothing. This is no problem at all. It's just the way... It's just the way you inserted the Z, that sounded... To me, who was very unfamiliar with the Polish language, that sounded like something a Polish person might do. My completely uneducated impression. In Poles I do, I apologize. But where are the two nationalities that are probably allowed, or it's common for us to make fun of each other? It's like the Greeks and the Greeks and the Turks. Or something. We're allowed to be a little jabby. Okay, so no lives wasted yet. That said, all bombs wasted, which is usually it's the opposite. So kind of awesome for me. I hate having to memorize things. Guess in this case I could adapt. Yep. Almost. 1 power point away from full power. Also the case with Russia, kinda, sorta. Kinda, sorta, yeah, it's a little bit more charged. It's a lot less, like, banter and more... I'd rather not, you know? Used to be. Used to be a lot more friendly. However, we are now godlike dodging Ron Yakumo's whole thing. Yukari Yakumo. I'm sorry, she's such an insignificant opponent that I forgot her name. Mastermind. Yeah. Why do I have 4 bombs? Where from art thou? Can we get to 500 point items? Tell me if the music balance is a little bit bad. It might be. Because I do want you to hear this awesome song. When I inevitably kill her in 1 try. It will make the moment all the more hype. Whew. Okay, I think we're locking in. I think it's sort of the time. That's so many lives, though. This game's so kind. Oh, it started lagging for me. Is the Twitch stream on the screen now or something? No, it doesn't seem so. Not the case. Ooh, she's going crazy. She's in the background. That's so awesome. Where am I? I am purple, the bullets are purple, the background is purple. I am living the dream. The brand is too strong now. $18 more seconds of this. Or I kill her. Cherry point max. I don't know what that means. This. Bah! What am I to do? What's the frickin'... Okay. Okay, I think I get the logic now. You like follow close behind, closely in front of the blade behind you. But it also seems to react to your movements a little bit, like the fan of bullets seems to react to your movements, so it like confuses you a little bit. Yeah, that's okay, that's cherry. Simultaneous nobody. Hi, what's up? I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best over here. Give me a second. I tried to press the bomb. It failed. It's always like this, isn't it? It started us off so good, and then... Give me another life, Yukari. Hi. Ron. We have a fan of... Not a fan of sour grapes, this girl. As fervently as she is attacking me. That could be the only explanation. There we go. Okay, it's this, and it's impossible, and it can't be done. No, I hate this. This is like, you have to do the exact frickin' sequence. You have to know it. You just have to know it. I hate it. I hate it here. Just gonna do this. And then for the next two, I'm just gonna do them perfectly. 70 seconds was it at the start? I just hate all survival spell cards. I think some of them are nice, but the concept is weird. Why is this the easiest part? To be fair, Sakuya has the lowest bomb window. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, this is infinite seconds. But we're constantly doing damage. So I don't think... No, it eventually started going down. I almost put myself in the corner there. But we get out. Clear the whole screen. Bah! Holy cow. This is the screenshot in that freaking top text, bottom text, impact font. Touhou, this is the easy mode. Know what I'm talking about? Oh, hey, 7, nice, yes. One thing I love about bullet hells is just because you understand how it works, sure as hell doesn't mean it's easy. Sometimes it is, though. I try to not play in the way where you understanding makes it easy. Because I'm always getting sold by people on, oh, just to stay in this location and you'll be completely safe. And I'm like, no, but I want to play the game. This is survival as well. 2 bombs though, so. I don't have to shoot, but I'm feeling cozy when I am. Okay, well, it's time to learn to dodge it right now or nothing. What are you doing? Okay. Sure, first try of the day we beat Yukari. A run where you actually dodge everything is better to watch as well. Cares about y'all. Aren't you here for the pug banter? It's better if we're not winning. Because we could do banter. We don't have to be done with the game. Last life and no bombs, the classic. Second Yukari clear of life. Her ribbon got untied. On the neck, you seeing this? Embarrassing. Who makes this girl? Well, this happens every time. The only 2 types of clears that I ever get are, sure it'll be her, are either the first run of the day or 8 hours in, bloodshot eyes, composure waning, dehydrated body, neurons dying. Through the eyes and its glass, you can see just the process of the neural cells expiring inside of my brain. And then I win. Okay, so that was good. Let's go ahead boot up other game. I also haven't played Touhou at all in the last 2 weeks, which is... You love to know that that's what makes me good. Just not playing at all. Thanks for watching, everybody. Honestly, kind of tempting. Just end the stream right there. But we gotta challenge Bird again. It's been too long a time coming. Would be funny in a way. In a way. I'm just while we're loading Steam. What has everybody been doing lately? Besides reading Oshinoko, which we've all been doing. Which we've all been up to, which we all know about now that I've been doing that. Still waiting for Steam to boot. It's not even the game that's booting, it's just Steam. On the music front, I have not been very explorative lately. It's just mostly been like single tracks. King Gnu? Is that the name? King Gnu, no. That's the wrong one. That's the Japanese band. There's a similar like Greek band. Not similar in musical style, but similar in name. Baby Guru. Baby Guru is a Greek sort of soft rock band. Watched well, listened to an album of theirs. It's kind of cozy. There's one song in Greek of theirs that I really enjoy. And Kaja's been watching Steins Gate. That's good to hear. Steins Gate is good. Steins Gate is also, that's another anime that's just fun to go through, just fun to binge. Although I am actually, I have not watched the anime. I have only read the visual novel. But I am assuming that quality did not get lost through the media change. Through the medium change, I suppose. Medium change is what they called me in high school, where I could not decide on which spiritualist to go to consistently for my communicating with the dead needs. Need to watch more anime, but right now I'm reading Berserk. Berserk is good. Yeah, I mean manga is good in general. That counts. That's the same. No. It's the same area. I kind of realized by reading Oshinoko that I'm actually really good at reading manga quickly if I like it. Because I tend to forget about that. Because some manga, you just read a chapter and you're like, yeah, I'm good for a month. I don't really have a drive to come back to this tomorrow. But if it's good, I can put in the work. I can put in the hours. Berserk is another monthly manga. I say another. Oshinoko is not like that. But I've also been sort of reading JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7, which is a monthly manga. And I've been planning on reading Sailor Moon, which is also monthly. We're just all monthly manga readers in here. Breaking the mold. Thing is, I'm just getting into it, and that's like 42 volumes, and so far I've only finished 3. Oh, that's fine. You're always gotta start somewhere. End of volume 1 is because I do have. Do have the first volume in here, where the sex happens. And you can look that up on Rap Genius. Volume 1 is where, like, the first arc ends. And, Volume 2 is where you get into Golden Age proper. Golden Man's been progressing. I should get onto reading Golden Man, yeah. Just because superhero manga, you don't really see that much. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. I don't read a lot of manga. It's just that, yeah, I'm sort of only now getting into like my second wave or something of getting into it. first wave was when I read Golden Wind. Golden Wind was really easy to read. That one was fun. Golden Wind was really easy to read. Part 6 was kind of fun, even though it's my least favorite part. And then part 7 is just a crawl. I'm like 20 chapters in, and we're still like having these fights where the whole point is we're getting a new ability. It's not really, we're not braining, we're not having fun, like, brainiac moments of, oh, I use this ability in this way to, like, create a fortunate situation. And now you're in the corner, but now I'm in the corner. Oh, dang it. No, it's just like, damn, we're dying. Let's go get this new ability. And it works out. It also, because spin is so boring. It can like do a new thing every time. Even though it's technically Gyro's steel ball is one thing with one ability, it can... it pretty much every chapter it does a new thing. So I'm like, I can't really like feel satisfied about reading about the proceedings of that. I got the deluxe manga because I thought, why not? This would be really cool to have. And fell in love with the story immediately. Yeah, Berserk. I just read the first volume that's on the shelf, and I watched the original, like, 90s anime. Deluxe, those tomes are big. It's no... Pat yourself on the back for 3 volumes. That's not a little. Steel Ball Run be like, yo Johnny, we're getting killed on horses. Let's hit up Jesus. You're joking? You're kidding around and you're screwing me with it? But that's exactly how it goes. Except they don't know it's Jesus yet. They have not yet found out that it is Jesus. They're trying to make it look like it's going to be a reveal. Which maybe at the time it was. But right now, like, the whole meme is that they're looking for Jesus. That's how people describe the manga, so... It's hard to get excited. When they say something like, it's hard to imagine that the corpse is 1900 years old. Maybe I have ruined Steel Ball Run for somebody in the chat. I'm sorry. That's not the... Surely that's not why people read it. That's not the biggest reveal. Let's ignore how in the fighting game one of the character's supers pretty much spoils the final scene of the manga. Or at least that's how I understood it. But yeah, Berserk is fun. Berserk is like sad. It's real shit. It's hard for me to remember like my feelings about it. I'm only remembering the facts. Cause I also, yeah. The Golden Age arc is sort of so short. And like also the anime shortened it from what was in the manga. Because the like prologue section is way shorter. It's just one episode instead of it being like the whole first volume. Which is a 200-ish pages. They have the whole incubus bit. Berserk is like a sad guy. Mr. Berserk is like a sad guy. Why he hitting people with that big heavy thing? Calm down. Why he gotta be mad all the time? That's my analysis today. Okay, well, this was a good run. I actually never seen the anime for Berserk. I usually read the mangas before checking out the anime. That is the correct way that I majorly respect. I only understood that that's what you're meant to do when I watched through like half of the Bloom Into You anime and realized that I couldn't like finish the show because then I would be not finishing the story. It's very frustrating in that case because it's like right before the anime ends, right before like a volume or 2 volumes before the manga does. So they can't like make a season 2 because it would be too short. It could make a movie, but I guess it didn't sold enough for that. It didn't sell enough for that. What am I saying? Why am I saying it in such a way? I just, you know, watching is technically easier than reading. Unless you're really into it. At least that's how it is for me. And I'm trying to overanalyze something that doesn't demand it. But like, yes, reading a manga is faster than watching a corresponding amount of scenes in the anime. Because like, it's just... They don't gotta spend as much time reading the words out loud in your head as they have to make the people voice them. But if the manga's not that great, and you're kind of hanging on every sentence, and you're like, this background looks nice. Let me look at this background for a second. And it can actually take longer. Which is why sometimes, if the art is too good, it can actually be a detriment. But I did also read through Gyo. It also has a deluxe edition. Gyo by Junji Ito. It's just a one volume thing. Because he makes shorties. And I think the shorter a Junji Ito story, the better it is, usually. I think Gyo kind of jumps the shark, or the fish, if you will, with legs. Because it's a manga about fish with legs. It jumps it. It kind of stops being scary and starts being silly, which is its own pleasure, but it's also like short, so you're not super getting into characters, and like it's kind of, I don't know. Isn't that how you described Killer in Love? Pretty much. That's how Killer in Love went. But Killer in Love also... The art being too good? Yes, yes. It also is good in general, but yeah. I would think that applies to Killer in Love. Because the art is better than the story, but the story is still pretty good. I'm the type of person that can visualize stuff in my head, so that might be the one reason why I prefer to read manga. It's like... Same. the imagination isn't really a problem there. It is a problem with me and written works, and I've talked about this a millions times. This is not just a recycled bit. This is a composted bit. It's already gone through the full water cycle. It started developing like new life in it. And then it died again, type of bit. But I just like, with things like the Game of Thrones, I feel really wrong reading it because I'm forgetting what characters look like a lot. For key characters, they make sure to remind you. Like, I can visualize the characters no problem, but if I like pause and then continue reading, and then it tells me to imagine what Braum looks like, I don't remember that shit. I don't remember what Braum looks like. He was in that group of people that like 7 of the 8 died. And they all got described at the same time. You want me to imagine Braum? And they like re-describe him once. So for books, I prefer things that don't necessarily require you to imagine the characters or the exact like location for it to be enjoyable. My only real example is The Eye by Vladimir Nabokov. So I should read more of that guy. That, and I guess The City. Not really anything from English or American literature that I've read that fits the bill very well. Not meaning I have never enjoyed American or English literature, but nothing that like is so in the character's head. Because that's what The Eye is. It's really inner thoughtsy. Which just means I'm not well read enough. Because the comments are not right now screaming, "You idiot, you haven't read The Catcher in the Rye," or whatever. Or Gravity's Rainbow. 7 of the 8 died. Is this an Odyssey moment? Possibly. I have arrived, gamers. Sup? Good to see y'all. It doesn't even matter that I'm telling you this, because it's like... It's a scene apart. It's literally like a punchline to a joke. You get introduced to a bunch of mercenaries, then most of them die, and then only one of them is relevant to the plot at all. Which is Braum. In that case, also the show is kind of getting in my way, because I keep imagining the real people, but the characters look very much unlike the real people that played them. When the difference is like very stark and the character is described very vividly, like with Tyrion, then you know I can unimagine Peter Dinklage. But with a lot of other characters. Yeah. So yeah, I stopped reading A Song of Ice and Fire. Yarahara, you beat Yukari or whatever her name was. The score was named after you. Are you proud? Yeah, it's true. If you call stalling it out beating it, then yes. No, I beat Yukari. And then I named the save file after you. Are you proud of yourself? But I'm tired of recycling the bit. Can we talk about something new that I have right? It's like I can't talk about Oshinoko because just read it. It's so good. It's so fun. It's like always equal parts drama thriller and like cool, well-researched commentary on the entertainment industry and like different areas of it. There's just an arc that's about theater and how like the characters deal with being actors. But they're like techniques for getting into character are. And then it will completely swap to like variety show. How do you keep a conversation going? How do you make a snarky remark? How do you get into the television program when you only have 30 seconds? It's a lot. And it's like always both. It never pauses one half to be the other, which like can annoy people if you're like reading it slowly or watching it when season 3 hasn't come out yet. Which, by the way, that's coming out 2026, which to me says it's going to be 26 episodes probably. It should probably mean it's going to be close to completion, but I don't know. Straight beating it in Touhou, and by it I mean Yukari. That's true. That's true, man. So yeah, if you're reading it slowly or you're watching it slowly, it can get a little bit frustrating when you're like excited for the thriller drama part of it to be resolved or like get to the next point. It is going to have like 2 chapters dedicated to Ruby Hoshino's idol work. And when you're like me and you're just getting to the next chapter after this one's done, that doesn't bother you. But if you're pushing your expectations upon it, it can get a little grating. So that's one minus. That's one con for it, I'll say. And other cons I will shut up about, because just go read it. At least try. Get to like chapter 9 or whatever it is. Once the prologue is done. And then we can talk about it. Then we can go into the server, discuss it, and VC it with me. I don't know if there was a point to it. No, the point is go read Oshinoko and if you want. I'm not gonna force you. Point is, I recommend Oshinoko, and I can't talk too much about it because it's very easily spoiled. It is very easily described as a whole work. But as far as specific events, I cannot touch on them because it is very easily spoiled. Isn't the longest piece of English literature some sort of fanfiction? Possible. I've heard about that on the show actually. It's the Loud House fanfic, yeah. What? I thought it was the Super Smash Brothers. Subspace Emissary, whatever. You see Oshinoko everywhere but have not seen a single thing about it? Okay, go start reading it then. You are in a prime position. And you're a manga fan. It's done. It's a finished manga. It's really short. It's 166 chapters. And a couple extras. Smash Brothers is in it. It's a subsidiary of the Loud House. Hmm. Interesting. I mean, the longest piece of English literature. You can freaking pump Chat GPT nowadays. Tell him print the letter A 157,000 times. And then sometimes put the letter B instead, and that's your fucking contribution to the literary word. I have made the longest novel. It's cerebral. It's the, you know, it's an abyss that you must stare into to create your own meaning or whatever. It's not an accomplishment of the fanfic. It's a subsidiary of the fanfic, but it's not a part of. People also say that for Oshinoko the anime is better, which I do believe. Getting like people to say those lines, I think getting those lines voice acted, I think draws a little bit more meaning out of them. Because it's a work that kind of invigorates every type of creative person that works on it to give it their A game. I mean, you've seen this, cause like Idol, that song was everywhere, and it's good because Ayase liked the manga and put the lyrics down that are just like essentially a summary of the first arc, sort of. The second opening is also really good. The anime, like the way they visualize some of those scenes, and I've only seen like clips, but yeah, people can't, and like real creatives, not people like me, but real creatives, when hit by that energy, can't help but get inspired, which I think is very cool. Cortana, print the letter A 1,000 times while randomly pacing B every 50 A's. That's not randomly. Epic bomb. Oh, okay. When a first run of the day you frickin' beat Yukari, what are you even supposed to do for the next 2 to 3 business hours? Should I even focus, or is it okay for me to shoot the shit? Well, computers can't do random anyway, just pretend to do random. Yeah. I mean, the thing about that is, like, can anything do random truly? If you could calculate all the movements of a six-sided die that you throw, then the result will always be deterministic. It's not like it's some negative matter force in the universe that's creating the random in it. No, it's a fucking physical object. It's susceptible to air pressure and forces such as table and hand. You could throw it the exact same way every time, get the same result. I don't know why I reset. That was like fine, probably. The thing is, I don't even remember how many times I died, so I'm just kind of vibesing it out when I'm resetting. Talk about how Yukari was so easy, like a Vegeta pointing his thumb at himself moment. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Vegeta points a thumb at himself and then he loses every time. In fact, every Dragon Ball character that has ever like done this, I'm gonna defeat you, that like points a thumb at themselves, they always lose the fight that they do next. Happened to Vegeta, it happened to Goku, it happened to Vegito, happened to Gohan, I think. So don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. Except one character. Ah. Interesting. Vegito technically didn't win or lose. Vegito lost. Vegito lost. I'm gonna say Vegito lost. Considering what happened as a result of the scene. Did things not go worse? I hate how Gohan was treated after the Cell Saga. Preach. I thought Great Saiyaman was pretty funny. But yeah, Cell Saga is just peak DBZ, if we're real. Locking in for stage 1 a little bit, just because I don't want to be stuck here. Things got worse because Goku and Vegeta didn't wish Gohan to the planet of the Kais. Wasn't he already there, doing the whole sword business? Awakening ultimate power? Oh. Yeah. Not exactly interested in reading DBS. Or watching. It's just like I got my life's worth of Dragon Ball with the original series and Z and the manga counterparts. And GT, that's right. I'm like good. I'd rather read something new. Something that will surprise me a little bit more. The anime of Super has some really stupid moments, I believe you. I think Hit looks cool. I think the effect for when he does the hit thing is pretty nice. It's good looking. It's purple. Actually, is it purple? Or is the effect different? Because Hit himself is purple. But I'm sort of getting my wires crossed. I'm unsure now if when he does the iconic Hit thing, that's also purple. I like how whatever that is looks and works, even though I don't remember how it works. He breaks time or some shit. Yeah, I'm good. I don't care. If I am going to watch a forever series, it will be Mobile Suit Gundam. Although even that is not interesting to me. Every time I watch like a Gundam that's not made by Yoshiyuki Tomino, I'm a little bit disappointed. Which for Mercury looked like it was going to be really good, but then it wasn't. Maybe Iron-Blooded Orphans. Yeah, okay. I'll watch Iron-Blooded Orphans. But when I try watching a Gundam that isn't Yoshiyuki Tomino, I do not finish it usually. I finished Stardust Memory and War in a Pocket, but those are really short. War in a Pocket is good. War in a Pocket is good. Stardust Memory looks really good, but is bad. Wing would have been good if they... I'm like on episode 8, so this might be wrong. But if there was more of the main character, it would have been better. There's too many main characters. There's like 4 of them, and only 2 I like seeing on my screen. Hiro, Yui, and the other guy. The other guy that's like, what the fuck are you doing, Hiro? Those 2 are awesome. Every other guy I'm not super into. One of them is like misogynist, the other is like soft boy, rich boy. The third one is Hiro Yui, but more boring. And 00 is borderline unwatchable. That show is really boring. It only has cool mech designs to go for it, otherwise it's... I'm sorry, I haven't been like engaging with the discussion. I've sort of been one-sidedly ranting, but where were we? The time skip, yeah. I haven't seen Gundam since like Seed. I have only seen Mobile Suit Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta, Mobile Suit Gundam Double Zeta, Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, Stardust Memory, War in a Pocket, Witch from Mercury, the first season of 00, and 8 episodes of Wing. So not that much, all things considered. There is way more where that came from. I'm sorry, I know, I'm being mean. There are real 00 fans, and I hope there are legitimate reasons for you enjoying that show. For me, it felt really empty. Like, it should be about the energy crisis. It has, like, something to say about, like, oh, humanity has sort of cracked the code to infinite energy. We're going to build a huge towers of solar panels. And you know, there's a few of those, and like countries just sort of get into unions and they connect to those solar panels, and everybody has energy. But there are still energy crises because of the politics that concern that. Because, you know, there are certain difficulties with certain countries making that union. You know, because, you know, one certain country has like duress in terms of its political situation, and it can't quite decide which union to join. So normal people are suffering because of the political situation. That's like nice, that's all cool, but that's not what the show is about. That's like a side plot. That doesn't matter. The show is about how this like fake dilemma of, man, this organization has sworn to fight all war, but how are you going to fight all war if you're doing it with war? You know, they're like fucking amazing mobile suits that destroy any side that's trying to do war, and you know, like fucking. How are you going to behave in this situation where, like, if it's not really a combat situation, but, like, if the war is about to start because of this action, are you going to start, doing, like, interventing, even though the war isn't actually starting? Ooh, isn't that a fucking moral dilemma? It's fake as shit. It's not a real, like, problem. They're putting trolleys in front of me, where you should be putting the Great Depression in front of me. Politics, yeah. PP describes Star Wars prequel trilogy while not actually talking about it. Is it the energy bit or the... No, but there is a philosophical aspect there to the Jedi as being sort of protectors of the Order, but then them become they should be protectors of the Order, but then they become a standing army, and thus you know, corrupt their ideals. There I can see there it's like different. Gundam Meister's Celestial Being, which is the name of the organization. And this is episode 1. This is episode 1. I'm not spoiling anything. Celestial Being, their whole thing is they're flying in wherever like war is happening, and they start just blasting and killing people. That's their whole thing. They're protectors of the peace, but they're not the whole politics bit. Was there an energy crisis? I thought it was like more of a trade situation. I guess joining alliances, yeah, that is part of it. My understanding of prequels is thoroughly and completely rooted in TikToks and YouTube shorts about them. So, and the whole forcing what should be a B plot in the front center. Celestial Being shouldn't even be the B plot. It should exist. The dilemma isn't real. That's like a fucking writing prompt that should have been a short story, but instead it's like a 40 episode anime series. With really boring characters. Really boring characters. The trade situation was used as a front. Yeah, cause like... No, I'm gonna get things wrong, and you're gonna yell at me if I get them wrong. So just put the Parsi. Just lock in for Parsi, little bro. Sorry, I got mad again. I haven't been making soup lately. And the reason why, last time I wanted to make soup out of the bones, because the way I do it is I buy chicken breast on the bone, and then I use the chicken breast for whatever, you know, like your pastas, your ragus, you can bake that with some cheese and some tomatoes and some onions, perhaps. I have never added onions to that, but mushrooms mostly. And then you use the bone to make stock out of it, and you can do like risotto out of that. You can make a soup out of that. I mostly make soup out of that. But last time there wasn't the frickin' people. They bought all of the chicken on the bone. There was no. I won't yell. I'll just correct you. Okay. But you can describe it. You got me to listen to a little bit of BB No Money sometimes. Let's go. He's kind of awesome, pretty much. But you're not used to rap. Like, I don't knock you for not enjoying La 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 the first time I listened to it. I was not a Not Like Us guy the first time I listened to Not Like Us. It's then, as you sort of get used to it being more about the lyrics and the fun phrases and just like getting brainworms in a different way that's not melodic and more lyrical specifically, then you unlock the ability to enjoy hip-hop. Or at least that's how it was for me. Cause like, yeah, when I first listened to Not Like Us, I was like, this beat is repeated a little too many times for me. But nowadays, you know, certified lover boy, certified, you know what. Can't stop saying that. You can't stop saying that. It's in your ears and in your eyes. Let's go, I finally brought the Penny Lane reference back into it. That's been absent for too long. Welcome back, Penny Lane. It's in my ears and in my eyes. The only rap I'm used to is Eminem, which is the whitest opinion I have. BB No Money is pretty white as well, so. Basically, the trade issues was used as a front to start a war between the Trade Federation, soon to be the Separatists, and the Republic. This whole war was orchestrated by one Sheev Palpatine, for the purpose of getting rid of the Jedi and taking power over the galaxy. There is a whole lot of politics between those points, but it's way too much than what I want to get into. I almost feel like you want to read the prequels over watching them. Because I heard from Overly Sarcastic Production that the novelization for whatever the third movie is, Revenge of the Sith, is that the one? The novelization for that is actually sort of better than the movie. Because it adds a bunch of inner dialogue that sort of makes the message hit harder or something. Again, it's been 10 years since I've seen the prequels, and I don't think I've ever actually seen the whole length of them. Well, I'm not quite used to BB Nos yet. BB No Money. He's impossible to read correctly. BB No Money, but you're right. Yes, read them. You get more out of the books than what you can see in the movies. Wow. They're really into it, huh? Yeah. Can't believe I soul read you like that. That's not a common thing for a chatter to have read the novelizations. I hope you understand that. That was supposed to be a non sequitur. Something that had no possible answer to it, and yet you subverted me. How am I supposed to come back from that? Thracia 776. Sundays at 14 PM UTC. On the Poison Parfait Twitch and YouTube channel. We're gonna be like getting our first sleep staff next time. That's exciting. I saw a sleep staff on the map, and then I was like, oh, this is gonna be problems. Good thing I have 3 uses of the thief staff, which allows you to take an item off an enemy from anywhere on the map, as long as Tina has more magic than them, which is unlikely most of the time. As far as stealing actually useful items goes. But in that case, you can actually roll that priest down too, so they have less magic than Tina, and then you can steal it first turn, and then you don't have to have any of your guys slept, and you get to use all of those sleep uses by yourself. That's pretty major. You get the 3 uses. You trade in 1 use of the thief staff for 3 uses of the sleep staff and 3 uses of a restore staff, which you would have otherwise had to use if you didn't want to stay slept. That or get hit by venom weapons, but who's gonna do that? Because poison clears sleep. If you get poisoned, you're no longer asleep, which is, it's quite the mechanic. Rare to actually get use out of it, but yeah, every status effect clears every other status effect. Game is freaking awesome. But yeah, we're talking about the Federation. I need to start playing Fire Emblem when I get the free time for something that long. I mean, you can play just a little bit at a time. Yugi... Do I have to, like, start showing my credentials to these girls? I beat Yukari, you know? What do you do? Let's switch games. This sucks. We're not getting anywhere. You have beat me in our battle of wits. Would you be interested in our services? I'm also the same guy who reads the Destiny lore, so it's not that surprising. Didn't know that. I find out new things about you every day. Every human being is a well of knowledge, of infinite breadth and infinite depth. You just have to have the courage to drop the bucket in there. I've covered wars, you know. But yes, do play Fire Emblem. If you just want to play Fire Emblem in general, not necessarily like chasing me to play the same game I'm playing on stream, because we're like finishing it in a few weeks, I'm pretty sure. Start with the Blazing Sword. Probably. It depends on how confident you are in your sort of tactics, strategy gameplay. The Blazing Sword has the most thorough tutorial. And that's like the most neutral Fire Emblem game. It's the most basic BS thing. Binding Blade is a little bit harder, a little bit more belligerent. with the shorter tutorial. Maybe you'll have to even look stuff up. But that one is also a good start if you want something a little harder, because it's people tend to say that it's better than Blazing Sword. But in general, less generalistic sort of recommendation would just be to play whichever game you think looks the coolest. That's usually a good strategy for series like that. Just look up a little bit about their mechanics, about like their general vibe. And play that. No, that's wrong. More extra? Watch me end up picking the hardest one then. It's either the game that I'm playing right now or Fate's Conquest. Which, if you pick an easy difficulty, Fate's Conquest can be pretty easy. It's just that usually it is the hardest game. 9 times out of 20. Remove the boat, what is your wisdom? I don't think she has any. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's empty up there. And I'm sorry to be mean like that, but that's my honest opinion. You're not gonna stop me from saying my opinion, are you? So I already played the hardest one. Have you actually started Thracia 776? Oh no, you played through Fates. That's right. I remember the conversation now. See, this old thing's still working. Yeah, you played through all of the Fates games. Yeah, then you can pick whatever game you want. That's right. Sorry, I forgot the past. I forgot our prior correspondence on the topic. So yeah, then you can probably play Thracia, but people, and people is me, would probably recommend you play Genealogy of the Holy War before Thracia, just to get more story context. Thracia is probably like a little hard to understand without having first played Genealogy. There are a lot of characters that just show up in the background, and they're not really relevant to this story. But you get to really kick their ass in Genealogy. They're just there to sort of talk shit. Hated the story, the gameplay was good though. Yeah, that's Fates. That's pretty much Fates. People will say that the reason the story is bad is because of the localization. And I get neither confirm nor deny. That still means that the story of the Fate's Conquest you or I would play is bad. So it doesn't really change the state. You have to really force it to make your opinion be different. Streamer strategically misses the chat message mentioning Yeek. I'd rather not talk about Yeek today. Given what happens constantly in the mangas, it's probably some get-rich-quick scheme. Not sure what that was about. I tried checking out the story to If and still didn't like it. Yeah. If, of course, being the Japanese version of Fates. Genealogy, people say, has the best story. And I don't think any other game really gets that praise. Maybe Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn. But out of the ones I played, yeah, Genealogy has the best story. And Thracia just sort of adds to that goodness. I don't think Thracia works on its own, but it doesn't work on its own, but it's still good on its own merits, you know what I mean? I always wanted to check out Path of Radiance. That's probably a good one. Radiant Dawn is... people also say that's a really hard one. Path of Radiance, people say, is really easy. Radiant Dawn, people say, is hard. It's weird to talk about difficulty, because, like, the FE community is weird about discussing it, I think, in my opinion, because they always talk about specific choice of difficulty for specific games. Like, when people talk about Binding Blade, they're talking about Binding Blade hard mode, which is not unlocked until you beat the game once. But that's just sort of how it is. And that's weird to me. Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn sounds like a spell card. It really does. Bringing it back to Touhou, I see. You're trying to make it a thing. You're trying to make a Touhou conversation a thing for these streams, and it's not gonna work. Where do you think you are? I am. Buster. I wish there was 400 more chapters of Oshinoko. That's not, like, true. Not that much. Because the philosophy behind ending it on 166 was, I want to end it... I read an interview. Yeah, I'm cool like that. I read an interview where the writer said that he wanted to end it while it was still interesting, before it loses steam, which I think is very admirable. Not drawing it out forever. But it could use more wild shit happening in there. I could go for 100 more chapters of Oshinoko. I think I had that in me. Usually I will judge a game's difficulty based on the default difficulty. Yeah, and that is not how the Fire Emblem community is. Mostly it's the hardest difficulty, unless it isn't. Like, Shadow Dragon and New Mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shadow, are both considered the hardest games because they have the hardest difficulty modes, which does not make sense to me. They have the most difficulty modes, and that's why they're the hardest. Just pick the good one. Just pick the one you like, because you see people like complaining about it. Like, this game is so hard, and it's like hard in a stupid way. Just pick the one that's good. Maybe there isn't a good one. Maybe that's the problem. I'm just speaking my mind, no ulterior motive there. I swear on my PC that there's no ulterior motives. I should play D&D. No, actually I shouldn't. I wouldn't enjoy it. I want to write shit on my own. Which is a very egotistical desire, but... collaborative storytelling? Just give me the pen, Buster. I'll do it myself. Thank you, but no thank you. I like it when writers understand they can't keep a story going forever and actually end it when needed. Some people don't understand that it's possible to have something that's too hard for them, and they might need to lower the difficulty. No, that's not really the case, because it's just... That's kind of how the conversation goes. Because there are a lot of super players. Playing Fire Emblem at a certain point becomes automatic on lower difficulties and for lower difficulty games. Once you kind of crack the bluff. So people who have played several Fire Emblem games tend to gravitate towards the harder experiences. That sort of... yeah. Somehow subvert your ability to play in the degenerate way. I think. Give me red. Red me. I've been red. Almost. There was like a sliver that I was going through, and then they spawned on top of me. This is gonna work eventually, I promise. Because something like Genealogy of the Holy War, people will describe that as a hard game. Like, I think I did when I first played it. But when you try and listen to the professionals' conversation, it's the easiest game in the series. If you crack the bluff. If you know what you're doing. If you know how you're supposed to do things. I didn't know if he has super players. He thought it was just a enjoyable little Nintendo second party experience for waifu enjoyers. No, it has more challenge variety than Touhou. Like way more. Like way more. There is a point when, if you play on a difficulty you can't handle, then you won't learn. It's more about the... like, the hardest difficulties in... and this is me paraphrasing things that I've heard. The hardest difficulties in... Fire Emblem 11 and Fire Emblem 12 require you to understand the movement order of the enemies and specifically how the AI works, and also have a bunch of spots where like the only way to defeat a boss is like break their weapon. Or it's like incredibly inconsistent. Like you can't, there's a one range axe user and you can't, you have no characters who can one range him. You have to use two ranged things. And grind your character up to level 20. If you want to survive the next chapter. It's like shit like that. And that is bad. Okay, why am I not seeing anyone's messages on Twitch? Let me see here. Twitch. Oh, because it's multicast. Yeah. Let me read chat. I've been rambling. Green, this is true. I love reading Twitch chat while being on YouTube. Yeah. Twitch should stop disallowing what I'm doing right here. I don't understand, because like if I'm to agree to the Twitch terms of like not putting both chats in one window, then the Twitch chat is not going to be visible. I'm just going to put the YouTube one on. And then it's going to be worse for Twitch, so I like... I don't understand what they're angling for. I could put the Twitch chat in the lower left corner, and then it's gonna be smaller. That's also gonna be bad for you. So, like... I don't get the idea. I'm sorry. Ow! I remember I tried to play Awakening on the highest difficulty that I actually dropped the game because of it, because it felt so unbalanced. Lunatic, you just need to know what to do. You cannot spread your XP evenly. That's not how that difficulty works. You have to give everything to Robin and Crom, the main two characters. In fact, just Robin. Crom eventually, like, there's like, diminishing returns with Crom. But Robin, you just pump all the XP into Robin, and then you win. And then eventually the game becomes, like, super easy. And you can't... I tried playing, like, the first 5 chapters. I tried giving some kills to other people other than Robin. It just... the game stops functioning. You can't do anything. Shh, they will never know. They will never know. They'll never find this channel. That is so boring, though. Yes! Yes! It's terrible. But, like, hard is okay. Hard is too easy by, like, the metric of a lot of other games. You can still, like... You could have one unit that kills everything. Like, the Robin tactic still works. You can just also do other things that are not that. And, like, that's a different kind of fun. Like, it's not... You can make a Fire Emblem game as hard as you want it to, by playing it incorrectly. By playing it in not the best way, I should say. Some games, spreading levels equally is required, and like having a team. That's true for Conquest. You can't really have one character that's really good and them do everything. You have to have a team that's well leveled. but still like not spread it too equally, so they're actually good enough. But other games are not like that. Other games, if you try to spread your EXP equally, you're making it harder for yourself. And it's better to just put it all into one character. Which is like... You could say that's an issue of balance, you could say that's an issue of intent. Because Awakening kind of wants itself to be this sort of power fantasy. You can make any unit the strongest unit. It's angling for the waifuisms. I enjoy Awakening. I think it's neat. I think it's a little silly. Ah, yes, the waifus. Yes, exactly. Like, some people are playing Fire Emblem just for the characters, to see the people and the character interactions, and the strategy gameplay is there as a secondary, which is fine. That's completely valid. I was like that when I started playing Awakening and when I played Three Houses. When I played Awakening, I should say, and played Three Houses. And started playing Three Houses. Then eventually I got more into the game aspect of it. Though I still have not lost my social support building chops. I'm still that guy. Just give me the UFO, brother. Ah! It's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay, is it? Okay, Nui. But that's those video games. Can we talk about different video games? What kind of different video games have I been playing? I've been playing Devil May Cry a little bit. Thanks a lot to friend of the channel, the EV Tamer. Alright, I've been playing through the first game and like coming back to the Bloody Palace in the 5th game, which is sort of a challenge mode. You're like beating a wave of enemies after a wave of enemies, and it gets harder and harder. And you have like limited time, but for performing well in one wave, you get extra time. So there's like this sort of speedrunning aspect to it. I probably need to give it another try now that it's been a few years and not play the highest difficulty. Awakening is not the best game though. If that one looks the most interesting to you, go for it, of course. I think generally the opinion is it's not the best one. Whether that be story or gameplay. I think not having weight on weapons is so, like, unfortunate as far as, like, gameplay balancing goes. Fates also doesn't have weapon weight, but it has, like, effects that simulate it. Which, like, you should have just had weight, little bro. Why don't you just have weight? For those of you who don't know, weight is a stat on a weapon that decreases your speed when you use it. which makes it more challenging to dodge attacks while holding that weapon, and also harder to attack twice on your turn, which is a universal ability that characters have. If they're over a certain threshold on speed over the enemy, they attack twice. And certain point in Awakening, you're just always attacking twice without weight. I've gotten into Lethal Company. Nice. How many kidneys have you been selling? Ow. I'm killing myself now, that's not good. Let's switch modes. Laser me. Lot? Good to hear, good to hear. That does wonders for the economy, you don't even know. A lot of them. Nice. That's good. I'm so proud of you. Oh, Green. Oh no, it's not Green. Right, okay, that's fine. We'll do Green later. I never played Lethal Company because my friends only play single player games. That's me, that sounds like me. I used to have the ability to at least play multiplayer games, but the capacity has sort of, with time, been banished from my life. That's not true. On my PC I can still play like fighting games. Fighting games is the only area where I'm multiplayering. Not recently. Oh cool, it doesn't even give you the... Mine hate being scared, so I had to use lies and deceit against them. Oh, this is just a cute little worker game. It's like a laundry simulator. What's that game called where you're mopping up the floor from a bunch of viscera and blood and guts and shit? And gunk and acid and spray. Not Power Washing Simulator. The older one, where you're actually walking around with a broom, cleaning up a bunch of gunk and blood and guts. Give me a second, I'm about to blow this Nazrin hole wide open. Pause. Excuse me. It's really a problem, I can't control my burps. Stronger man would pause the mic, mute the mic, and not have you hear that. But my gut is so small that I don't even get like a foreshadowing. My burps are unfreaking... it's gone. The opportunity is gone. There was a cool punchline there, but I forgot the word. I hate that. I'm gonna look myself in the mirror and like say mean things tonight. Untelegraphed burps, that's right, untelegraphed burps. Oh, this is too late, that's right. Love that. Kogasa. I used to play games like TF2, but due to how common cheaters are in FPS games, I dropped all online FPS games. Well, I can just get into one of those FPS games where the anti-cheat is so belligerent that it like steals all your information, essentially. That could be fun. That could be good. Or does that still not help? I'm on Linux, so that's not an option based. Well, unbased in a way. In a way based on in another way unbased, because Linux saved me from playing Honkai Star Rail. I was this close to getting into it, and then it's like anti-cheat can't do it. Have to like use workarounds that are impossible to use because they don't exist. Hoyoverse don't go out looking for people who use workarounds. They're human beings just like you and I. They need their downtime. And so I never played that. So that was a savior to me. You're playing Star Rail right now? Sorry to hear. Sorry to hear said that. Banana Walrus. First time chatter. That's funny. Sorry to hear that. Or glad that happened. You know, like, I can't help but appreciate it. Like, I've been there. I played Genshin. There's definitely something about coming back to the game, treating it a little bit as a chore. Just, you know, be in a world that's pretty with characters that is pretty. And you sort of work towards your little goal of getting your Primo Gems, or whatever the alternative currency is called in Honkai Star Rail, or Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero is being a problem, because, I hate this game. Zenless Zone Zero is being a problem, because I made the mistake of listening to the soundtrack a little bit, and I now want to play that game. So that's, you know, I'm trying to fight that off. Did you beat Oku yet? No, I beat Yukari again. I beat Yukari first thing in the stream, and it's been downhill since then. Cause like that's how that happens. You do your good thing, and then your body relaxes. Your skill goes down, and like as a streamer, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Yeah, I beat Yukari. That's nice. That's cool. What do I do now? Like every run I will do now will be just nothing. So we've been bantering, which is how I want it to be mostly. So for me, that's profit. That's the intended experience. I shouldn't have reset. There was at least more game to see. But I genuinely thought I was at 0 lives. But we're gonna go back to Oku. Why not? We can play a game that's good. It's not Genshin, so it's gooder. I think it's the same eggs, but from the side. It's ultimately the same, like, core flaws. Yeah, you have a better gacha, you have, like, more caring developers, and a better plotted out story, I think. I don't know if that's I launched the same game, for the record. If you didn't know, I launched the same game when I intended to launch a different game. Let's try that again. Between the Touhou games, I'm pretty sure Genshin has the worst amongst the summon systems. I know Star Rail is reworking their pity system if you lose the 5-star 50-50. It's still like pretty nice in Genshin if you compare it to like older gacha games. Like you can get a character if you want a character. But still, yeah, you're still right if it's the worst summon system. Genshin kind of has driven itself into the corner, yeah, a corner with its format. Let's run extra a little bit, and let's run it with Aya. Why not? This is the worst shot type for it, but you know, something different. Genshin has driven itself into a corner where it can't really innovate on the base mechanics. It was made at a time where that kind of game was a risk for them. So your movement mechanics and your like base fighting mechanics are actually pretty basic. They have been trying to fix that with like really flashy characters with unique abilities. But there is a I think the issues of there is no aerial combat at all, like basically there are characters that have aerial combat, but at the core of it there is none, which is the whole like dimension that action games have been playing with since 2000 that is absent from Genshin. That's my sort of unprompted opinion about it. I'm sorry, you didn't ask for my opinion. It's like, who asked? This fucking guy on my screen keeps talking about shit. I freaking love Star Rail, but I'm pretty sure that's obvious. I should have been listening. This is not an equal relationship. It's like texting while driving this. We watch you also for your opinions on stuff. That's what I would prefer you to watch me for. The banter is the... You know, you watch Northern Lion once and your whole brain gets rewired. It's like, holy shit, Twitch streams can be good. I could do this. He's just a normal guy like me. In reality, you cannot do that. You cannot do it like him, because nobody can do it like him, but you can try. I'm trying to get out of his massive shadow. I'm trying to like get my own flow back, which it was there at one point, but I feel like every other word I'm using his vocab. Consult unknowing PP on any topic. That's not even true. There's so few topics where I'm actually like able to give opinions on. It took me so long to read a second manga. Because if you'll remember, if you're a fan of the streams, I would mention Kaguya-sama Love is War so much. As if it was like the one thing I've read in my life. It was an example of character arcs, it was an example of you know, building a romance story. It was an example of not knowing where to take your story. Not having a great ending. Like, no matter what we've been talking about, Kaguya-sama would always be brought up. And now I have read a second manga, so now Oshinoko can be brought up instead. Every time twins are on the screen, every time somebody has blonde hair, or there is a star symbolism somewhere, I'm like, Oshinoko! Holy shit! Just see a red health bar pop up like a second, like a Souls game, PP the all-knowing. I would be like PP the scrawny, a joke boss that you fight like near the end of the game, that's before the actual final boss. I only know why I get stabbed. You didn't have to say that. I've been avoiding saying that for so long. I should have read that comment, to be fair. But it's there. That's like a fun twist at the very beginning, because it keeps piling on those kinds of twists and turns, sure, but that's like the first sort of oh I'm in moment. It didn't gotta go there. I can make one for you. You can make me a health bar using one of those net generators. I don't need one, thank you. It would be something for the overlay. I think the Trillion Beers guy is getting a little bored staying there by himself. Maybe he needs a friend. No, you chat. You can be his friend, right? Come on, talk to him. You come to this place often. You're always on the same table. You might as well strike up a conversation with 10 Trillion Beers guy. How bad can it be? Like, you know, if you don't have that many interests in common, that's still okay. It's still, you're still socialized. It's good for your mental health and stuff. I can't really get into gacha games, and that should be a good thing because I used to be really addicted to them. I never like spent money on them, but I did get like playing them, which is still a thing they want, because that's additional marketing. They really need like only few people to get hooked and pay money for it, because the people who pay money and like spend it on Genshin, some of them it's like their whole life. It's the thing where they spend their free income. Other people, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna buy a Welkins. How bad can it be? Like a $5 purchase every month. I play this game a lot, so essentially they're farming getting as many people on the hook as possible, and you playing it free to play and enjoying it like that is still a benefit to them, because you will be bragging to other people about how this is free to play and you're enjoying it free to play, because eventually somebody will get hooked who does not want to play free to play. Ah, socializing, grow up. Talk to women, please. Find a woman. Name a woman, then find a woman. Find a woman, then name a woman. Honestly, the order doesn't matter. But I want you to do both things in your life. They're out there, man. Somewhere. Now, touching grass, that's a different question. Moving your legs outside of your homestead, you will not be catching me slipping like that. Literally. Because way more likely to slip outside than inside. Have you seen how much dirt is out there nowadays? Spring is no joke. Spring is like... Spring is messed up. I'm gonna focus on this party because I don't want to lose. Was dating at one point, ended in a disaster, not doing that goal for a while longer. Honestly, fair. Yeah. Kind of doing some choir preaching. I'm a preachy ass choir. We have we have engaged in overwhelming honesty when I did the Omegaverse quiz last Thracia stream. You can go back to it. It's like on the preview you will find it easily. But I have laid all my cards on the table at that point. There's nothing left. There might be a few things left, like my legal name. But as far as the emotional contents of my soul, yeah, that's about all she wrote. Ow. The absolute state I am in. Is honesty truly the best policy, though? Yeah. I think so. Not for everything. But it's nice. But it's not actually the full contents of my soul. It's more the current state of the soul, I should say. And there is very little else there, to be fair. Maybe that's all it is. I don't know. Let's drop this. I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's kill this fucking spider or whoever she is. Lies and deceit is fun when nothing is at stake. I think that's the opposite. I think you should only be lying when you have something to gain. Otherwise, people will just get used to you lying. And you won't be able to leverage that one silver bullet of a lie when it truly matters. You should try to appear as honest as possible. Okay, Yamami. 51 out of 54 captures. That's what separates a good liar from a bad liar. Yeah. Just like Oshinoko. Just like Oshinoko. That's a different kind of lie. Like the lies that they talk about in Oshinoko is more like sort of creating a persona when you're doing your frickin' job. And also separately, lies that get people to do stuff for you. But it's, you know, it's a big, broad topic ass manga. So you can talk about two different kinds of lies. It can talk about 2 different kinds of lies, and mid-sentence I'll remember that it talked about the other kinds of lies extensively. Oh, I'm losing the touch. How long have I been going? 2 hours 12? That's nothing. Disturbing the piss. Look into my eyes. Now tell me what's rocking behind your eyes. The tenacity. The genacity. I understand. Yeah, that's what you're talking about, right? I can't believe Oshinoko got spoiled in this chat. Know what else we've talked about extensively? A certain cave. Yes. I am sad to say that I have closed the tab with the allegory of the cave. I used to have the tab open for a little bit. The tab with the PDF file of the text of the allegory of the cave. And then I closed it. So now I'm sort of one step behind on reading it according to Plato, according to Socrates, according to the translator. According to Socrates, according to Plato, according to the translator. Yeah, that's the correct order. Because Plato wrote in the voice of Socrates his own ideas. No, not the cave. You said Persona. I might have. I said Persona and then I sang the song. The social interaction has been completed. But yeah, that's not even like... Like, it is a spoiler. I prefer people don't know it when they start reading. At the same time, it's only one part of what continues to be a very, like, unhinged, can't quite see where this is going type tale. There are a lot more moments where that came from. Huge hype ass shit. I'm sorry, I'm swearing. It's the UFO, it riled me up. UFO riled me up, I'm now swearing all the time. Can't express my opinions and thoughts without bringing out the old fuck word. Experiencing moral and cerebral degeneration. I zoned out big time due to needing sleep, and I have had this stream on in the background, and all of a sudden I have zero clue what is being talked about. Nothing. We're talking about nothing, yes. You didn't see the spoiler, so that's good. You have been saved. Please, as quickly as possible, go and read it. Don't have to, but please do. Don't look up too much stuff about it. You can listen to the song. You can listen to Idol. You can listen to the other one, Fatal. Listen to the first take version of Fatal. That one's really good. Their physicality is so nice. Like, they're just having fun, those guys. Beautiful guys, awesome guys. You can listen to those 2 songs, but don't look up clips. Just go fucking read it. Or watch it if you prefer. You prefer reading it. You prefer reading it, so go read it. Well, you're responding to what I said because I seriously have no idea who you're talking about due to my caffeine running out. Yes? Yes. You will read it when you wake up then? Sick. That's what we love to hear. It's like you can't put it down. It just goes in. At least that's how it is for me. And a lot of other people. Like, that's just the experience. It's like, you know, obviously everyone has their own media consumption tactics and habits and tastes. So certain things resonate with one, certain things don't. But I think generally, it's a very easy to read. It has an interesting premise, and it has an interesting take on its own premise. People say the ending is bad, and it kind of is, but it's also not very bad. It's good. It's bad in the sense that the story ended. And there could have probably been more. It's good in the sense that it wrapped up everything that it wanted to wrap up. I don't know, I'm describing it too much now. But people complain about the ending, and I want you to know that before you go in, so you don't complain to me later about the ending being bad. People don't like the ending, and that's okay. And that's also like the reason why it's so easy to stumble on the discussion of the ending, which is like, you know, be warned. We beat Yugi. That's not even bad lives. As long as this Satori is clean. Give me the power. Give me the 1 point of faith. I love it when the items I'm supposed to collect look the same as the bullets that I'm not supposed to collect. I don't have enough of that in my life. Good night then, by the way. Sweet dreams. This Satori is no longer clean. We are messing up huge time on Orin. But you know, maybe it turns into something. Maybe it's a bunch of early deaths and then no deaths late. Okay. I'm starting to grit my teeth. I should find a better game to play. I don't hate Touhou, I just don't like it. But it's the only opportunity for my weekly banter practice. I'm gonna go sap, you'll leave. Can you play balloons? Just focus on Orin on the stage 4 mid-boss, don't chase the orbs. Maybe. Maybe. That is what I've been doing, actually. So, thank you. You are the confirmation bias I needed. Waited a little too long, didn't I? It's going great. Clean Satori. Clean Satori was required. I mean, you could do something like, I don't know, gunshot roulette for a little bit. No. You chased the orbs with poor power, so useless damage. This should have been sent to Warren. I was dodging the fire. You misunderstood. You don't live in my head. Ow. You don't know what I'm about. 0 lives. Good to see. Next run, I'm definitely gonna be gloating that I beat Yukari today to every boss I meet. That just puts into perspective, like, Yukari is the notorious, like, hard extra boss, and, like, she's that much easier than the entirety of the game of Subterranean Animism. Like, she was always, like, the side activity on these streams. I never took playing against her seriously, and then just first try, you frickin' kill it. And don't tell me you've done it before. I've done this before as well. I've beat it with 2 shot types. That was nice. Yukari is one of the easiest extra, but lore-wise, she is one of the strongest. Maybe that's the case. I've heard differing opinions. I've played these games before. This is true. That's true about me. That's true about you. In fact, if you haven't played these games before, get out. You're not welcome here in this insider club. You're only welcome here if you know about Fire Emblem, have played Oshinoko, have read the entirety of Kaguya. These are all ors. Or enjoy action games, or enjoy shooter games, or enjoy video games, or enjoy Twitch streaming, or enjoy reading, or have enjoyed Kendrick Lamar's last album. Have played Oshinoko? Yeah. I don't understand, if you beat Touhou 11 2 times, why is it so hard to clear a 3rd time? I don't know. I don't know. I would even say that that's my question. I also wouldn't be able to answer you why is it easier for me to get further in this game than with the Marissa shot type. But some things are just not meant to be known. Well, you see, rubber banding. Does that apply here? Kisume. Maybe. No, you know what? I'll accept that. It's a term that sounds smart, that has a meaning behind it, that's vaguely associated with what's happening. So yeah, we can blame it on that. Pippi, why did you run over all those people? Ludonarrative dissonance. One would have to dive into the code for that. One would. That was an accident. If I had to contrive an answer, it would be that this game plays completely different with every shot type, which is one of its greatest virtues. That might be fake. Might be fake news, honestly. I imagined you playing GTA 5 and running people over. And running around just running people over. That would never happen to me because I don't play GTA. Now, you are welcome here. That's another reason. You are welcome here if you're a GTA gamer. Because then I could ask you what's so good about it. Played it too much as a kid, and I turned out fine. There are no mental problems resulting from spending most of my in-game days getting guns, shooting pedestrians down, and collecting money to buy more guns. It has not affected me as a person whatsoever. But I just found it hard to get into it. The aesthetic. Nothing I see from it is really making me want to play 5 or any other part. You know, people praise 5 for things and stuff. But the aesthetic is definitely a reason. Give me something more fantastical. Or if you are going to give me like period piece, general fiction, crime drama, you better make it a little more like spicy. Give me Snatch. Give me Snatch, that movie is awesome. Give me the Pulp Fiction. Don't mind the aesthetic, just like, hook me with something. Hook me! Look, all I'm gonna say is that when GTA games release, the crime rates in the US drop temporarily. I just made an AI type out 1,000 A's and randomly place B within them. So you're gonna have an exciting week, huh? Reading literature. Good to know. Will you do that? I'm gonna go get my fridge repaired. You know, real adult business. Like repairing a fridge. And cooking steak. And thinking about making soup, being woefully disappointed about not being able to make soup the way that I want it. Breaking down, apologizing, and running to the meat store to get more bones for the soup. mean, I had an exam this Friday, but I got rescheduled, so I got more free time. Good way to spend it, honestly. The eye that stares back from that abyss is your own, after all. I hope you can really, you know, do some soul searching in the process. Perhaps gain a new level of compassion for your neighbor, for your neighbor's neighbor. They don't have to be that loud. But maybe there's an explanation. Sometimes, you know, life is hard. You have to get blackout drunk, put the music on way too loud. Dance till your legs give out. How almost rhymed. That almost all rhymed. There's just no flow that works with. I came up with a rap recently. You want to hear it? It's still a little bit of a work in progress. But I got it rhyming. It's like I get clothes in the post. When I'm done, I put them into the compost. No, I get my new clothes in the post. When I'm done, I throw them into the compost. I have higher standards for my tunic. Even my apparel, I buy organic. See, because in my mind, that was way better. Tunic and organic sounded way better in the head. Even my apparel, I buy organic. There's something going there that I think is worth exploring. But tunic is the wrong word, more likely than not. Or I have to like put some stank on it, so force it to rhyme. Tunic. I have higher standards for my tunic. Even my apparel, I buy organic. It doesn't work. Tunic. Organic. My apparel, I buy organic. I have much higher standards for my tunic. Even my apparel, I buy organic. It would help if there was a line between them to break it up. And I think I had that going for a little bit. And I think I had that going for a little bit, but then it disappeared. Get lost in the annals and the records and the very abyss that I stare at. In the very abyss that I stared back at myself from. Do you think you're the guy in the abyss? Or does it, or maybe it doesn't matter. Like if you're staring into the abyss and you stare back, who's the real you? Like, is it the person you're finding out about, or is it the observer? Because people go on about how, you know, if you're the one thinking the thoughts, then who's listening to your thoughts? I think that can be the same person, and that's not an issue at all. Am I gonna be able to do this? No, not at all, actually. Not in the slightest. You're probably the guy in the abyss. So you're behind the campfire in the cave maxing. EU? His name is Cinnamon. Sup, Cinnamon? I think you are? Yeah. Well, I could tell. Rene Descartes-ass behavior. Why are you doing Reimu B, you poor soul? Because I've done all the other Reimus. And this happens to be easier than every Marissa shot type. So this is the next frontier. It's people say it's the worst one, but it's like, first of all, some other people say it's really easy. The opinion is more split on it than you think. I think it's fine. This is helpful. In this game, that having that is helpful. Easy is good. Not always. Because Aya is the best shot type, and that's the best one because it's the hardest one. I am, you know, I'm going from easiest to hardest. There's no shame in admitting that, but that doesn't mean the first one I played is the one I enjoyed the most. Marissa. I'm just thinking about Marissa now and how her shot types don't make sense to me. They make sense. There's just so much more work, so much more game knowledge required than to play this. Marissa is nonsense. What do you mean, like she's too good? A is fine though. No, not A. You misunderstand. You misunderstand me. I said Aya. Aya is in Reimu C. I think they're pretty shrimple. Why am I struggling with them more than... Explain this to me. Something like Marissa C requires more fundamentals than like piloting the shot type well. Marissa A more so requires like your movement needs to be more geared towards that specific shot type. Your understanding that unfocused fire hurts more, needs to be more internalized. You also need to be the guy that bombs, which is not... I'm not that guy. I don't know, it's like characters in fighting games. Some characters are easier for some people than they are for others. Yeah. Here there's... I mean, yeah, people... I think, not without reason, say that Reimu is the shot type. Going through walls is really useful, and it's straightforward, and it's a lot of damage. And the bomb being bad doesn't matter too much. Game for... I like this game for the variety it provides. Yes, certain shot types are easier for me, certain shot types are more fun for me. But it's the composite fun of it, of how different the shot types truly are from each other, is greater than any individual fun. Doesn't bombing suck with Marissa? You get a lot of bombs, so not in that sense. If you're using bombs as a defensive mechanism, they're fine. If you're a death bombing, avoiding damage type of bomber, it is less damage per bomb, and it's less items cleared, less bullets cleared than with most other bombs. But like, that's the shot type where you can go bomb mad, because you also get more power from the power points. It's not only that you can hold maximum of 8 of them, you also get them faster. Wow, you do this one very strange. No need to bomb anyway. Okay, well, let's not get too unreasonable here. Don't you come into my chat, start talking about how much caviar you read, how much gold is in your toilet. No, that's all fun. Those are interesting tales, for sure, for certain. For serious. Some people, maybe they feel a little hurt when such language is thrown around. You only eat copper? That's still good though. You know, ions or whatever. I think silver is the one that's good to eat, but still not too much. You can't eat too much. I know it's delicious, but because there's that whole saying about a proper copper coffee pot. Maybe they had something going. If you're enjoying eating copper, maybe that tale isn't just for show and to let you practice your received pronunciation British accent. For show? Yeah. For Tatami's show. What the heck is her name? Nagami Toramaru show. For Toramaru show. Tommy show. Tommy Y show. Tommy show when he meets Tommy Y show. I would put my hands on the head and do a surprised PogChamp face, but you just have to imagine that. Busy Yuging. It's like you enter a sort of weird angle on this part, and there's just too much of a chance that you could get like clipped by a bullet. It's weird. I lose too many lives on it when I'm not focused. You gaming. I'm gaming. You're gaming. I'm gaming. Yugi aiming. She's clearly not aiming. Look at her. Throwing things around. What brutish behavior. The better Oni Suika would never do this. She throws her rocks with precision. She throws her rocks straight towards you after winding up her punch. She is respectful of both your time and your energy, and your strength. I can't get over that attack in the fighting game. She's just winding... She's winding up her fist. A bunch of rocks stick to it. And then she throws the rock at you. And if you're too close when she starts winding up the fist, she grabs you into the rock. Sometimes not aiming is a better strategy. You always gotta have a response for everything, don't you? You always gotta get a philosophical up in here. Get back into the cave. You clearly haven't stared at the abyss enough. Not everything you talk about needs to be for the sake of rhetoric. You don't always gotta play devil's advocate. Sometimes you can just have an opinion and agree with it. Legit, she's not aiming in a single one of her spell cards. That's kind of funny. What do you mean you haven't stared into the abyss enough? Keep searching for the B. Keep searching for the B in the sea of A's. You will find yourself. Okay, so that was good, Yugi. Now time... You found it though? For the B and the A. Yeah, so... Now I have to explain the bit. Like a sheep or what? No, because... We were talking about how in order to have the longest work of literature, all you need to do is to ask ChatGPT to make like a sea of A's and then put a B every once in a while, and then you're like, oh, this is a groundbreaking work of literature. Because, like, the meaning you draw from it is when you create yourself. As long as you search for the B's, you can't be sure if you found all the B's. And then Yarhara asked an AI to make him a bunch of A's and hide a B in it, and then he found the B. Like a needle in a haystack. Like a bee sting in a haystack, I suppose. Right next to A number 672. How do you lose the A's? The A's are numbered. Sorry, I just wanted to steal a joke. For once. Not be myself. Tired of being myself. Sometimes you just have to get away from that. And pretend. Okay, this is a tight moment. Not really, but I would like to do this how you're supposed to do it, without getting hurt and stuff. Yeah, like that. Why are you tired of being yourself? Look how, like, 24/7? That's too much time to spend with anyone. You seriously can't be that obsessed with anyone. Just control F, bro. Just type in B, bro. Then you have your B, bro. You know what? Why would you rob yourself of that journey? I don't understand. You cheated not only yourself. You cheated not only the game, but yourself. By slowing down Sekiro you have robbed yourself of the growth and the journey or whatever. This is a cool, like, conceptually, this is a really cool spell. It's really overly simple. But I like the way the lasers work there. It's a cool spell, but it's not on normal. Possibly. Well, we do what we can. I think this shot type might be the easiest for me. And I know that doesn't make any sense because I haven't beaten the game with it yet. But if I had to go on hard, I'd probably go with this. I don't really want to play Yukari because I just find it a little bit too straightforward. And Aya requires a little too much, like, routing and control. It's a little too much routing, yeah, once it goes from normal to hard. So I would genuinely probably play this. And, like, obviously every Marissa shot type is too hard to win at hard. Why play as Yukari when you beat her up already? Well, she joined our party, didn't she? That was the whole point of that. Do not do this to yourself. Why? It's easy! It's... It can do a lot of damage with the bomb, especially on hard where there are more bullets. It's easy to collect the items, which is a pretty big deal in this game where the power economy can be a little harsh. And the damage is not that bad. Compared to, like, unrouted Aya, I imagine it's better. You see, you watch too much television. They tell you there that Reimu B is terrible, but you haven't walked a mile in my shoes. For Aya, you can 6 out of 10 times just hold down and then play it like Reimu A. Actually, it's hard, it's in the name, you know, you have a point. You can't play like Reimu A, but then I'll feel bad for playing it like Reimu A. Because if I'm playing Aya, I kind of want to play it like Aya. I want to just be zoom in. Thanks for the follow. My name is Cinnamon. I want to play it like... I don't want to deny it its identity. He didn't do it last time I was here, sorry, I don't apologize. You're free to follow or not follow whoever you like. It is your power. But I do appreciate it. It is kindness that will not go unanswered. You are getting put onto the leaderboard. No matter how far this run goes. Okay, that's not bad, honestly. I made the mistake of holding down fire where I wasn't supposed to. I think we dodge Cat's Walk. There's no reason to do it. And now we don't shoot. Okay, this is the phase where I pause the banter and go much more into focusing mode. We should remove all these issues. Just get rid of the items so they don't stare me in the face. Get in the way of the bullets. You ready to bomb? Also be ready to go bomb mad on Orin herself. She is a bomby ass boss. Ah! I'm getting nervous. Someone asked me, why is it so hard to 1cc SA, where I've done it twice already, and I don't know. I do not have an answer for you. What I do have is that sick-ass death bomb. Okay, 3 power. Good luck, thank you. Follow Saki, unafraid. Do we get to Burb? We probably get to Burb. I don't know beyond that. You got this? That's so much more pressure now. Family Team TH, thank you. If I can just open the game window in front of my eyes so I can look. That was the wrong button. That was not Z, that was X. I hate this keyboard. I still have not gotten used to it. It's a mechanical keyboard. I have spent my whole life using exclusively laptop keyboards. And now I type like a complete idiot. And it has not been getting fixed. I keep pressing like same letter twice, or like capitalizing what I'm not supposed to capitalize. It's unbearable. And you talk about like, why do you not want to be yourself? Like, that's the guy I'm being. The fucking guy that will put just random symbols everywhere because he's using a mechanical keyboard, which is the better kind of keyboard. Spleenator. I never noticed that was his name. I just don't have time to look up into the top right of the screen. I'm a busy guy, you know. Can I do this? Is this fucking possible? Or did I pick the one impossible angle? Yeah, sometimes you just can't dodge that one. The one that I didn't dodge. Okay, this, I just can't like look at this. Those wheels are too... they're too much for my eyes, like I can't see the boundary of them. Obviously the whole other bullet shit is a factor. I've sworn again. That's okay. I don't mind. Okay, well, I'm not winning, so I can just unlock in and we can talk about anything, whatever. What has I've been saying? Hey, do you know about the safe spot? Yeah, I'm not using it. I know about it, I don't know where it is, and I don't care. I am an ethical player, yes, thank you very much. I pressed the fucking bomb button again! They call him the legend. I want to play the game. Thank you very much. There are not a lot of times when I want to play this game, but when I am playing it, I happen to want to play it. Just blame it on Linux? Can't in this case. Not this time. I'd rather save it for where it's actually at fault, so it feels it. If I make my insults too light, it's gonna get used to them. Bah! The most anticlimactic shit ever. How long have we been going? 3 hours 3. That's good enough for me. GG. Well, like, we beat up Yukari. I finished the Yukari run, and then after that, my fucking lymph nodes relaxed. Stopped releasing my immunocells. It's like, the danger passed. The adrenaline stopped pumping. So, no wonder every run after that has been shit. We can do some New York Times connections, though, sure. Let's go side activity. Let's go this, like this. Put some music on. Connections. There we go. One life and a dream, and not even that. It's been a while since I've been here. Should probably read the chat a little bit more. Ah, no. That shows the chat to you. I don't want that. I think I read everything. I at least read everything, and if I didn't say it, you probably didn't write a good enough comment. I'm sorry. Alternative king. Moccasins. Shoes. Saddle. Football. Keys break. Intercom. Departure alarm. Change. Wallet. Change and wallet. And phone. Things you would have in your pockets. Wallet. Well, you wouldn't have a football in there. It wasn't even one away, so I don't know why I'm doing this. Legend King. Football, moccasins, intercom, departure, change alarm. King, football, king legend. Graham Bell, moccasins. That would be fun. If it was like diagonal like that. This is like that one game on Only Connect. Probably based on that. The game show. I know what you're saying. I understand your references. I've played those games before, not personally, but I've seen Tom Scott play them. But this is the popular game, the New York Times Connections. Play it now on your browser. Football, bell. Key, saddle. Wonder. You have to wonder how these words connect. Alternative, you have to wonder how the king got into power while playing football and begging for change. Yeah, that sounds right. That would be fun. That would be fun. Departure, intercom. Intercom alarm. Those are the components of a system for Something you would install in your home to protect it from no good doers. Intercom, alternative, saddle, keys, brake, keys, brake, bell, bell! Went away, you idiot! And a phone, I suppose. Things that ring. I missed the reason, but... We have 2 mistakes remaining, which is not great. Because I can't see another one. And, like, the phone... The, like, wallet keys change thing didn't work last time. That was the only other one I had. A legend, a king. King Wonder. Moccasins is interesting. Just in general, but in the context of this game also. Alternative King? That's like making me think of Alternative Rock and King Crimson, but that's probably just me. Departure is an opening to Hunter x Hunter, the 2011 version. And football is what they play in Inazuma 11. And Legend... Kamen Rider Legend. And Break. That's very interesting you ask these things of me. Alternative keys. Alternative keys. Wonder, you have to wonder how these keys alternate. Keys break. Wallet change. No, no, no. Keys wallet change. No, it would have been shown. It would have shown one away when it was phone keys wallet change. So it's just keys and wallet, but it can't be. The fuck is Saddle doing here? Saddle, moccasins. Is that what like a jockey wears? But what else does a jockey wear? Is there like a... Is the leash called a break? In some dialect? Alternative football. You're playing alternative football with me. This is quite a departure from the legend. Legend, King, moccasins. Those are like fantasy things. King, Legend, Wonder, Departure. Those are like fantasy things. Huh. Next time. It wasn't football the sport, it was football the ball. Singer, songwriter, pianists. I honestly thought that when I saw King and Wonder, I thought Wonder might be a Stevie Wonder thing. And then I should have thought about Stephen King, but I would have been wrong. It would have been at least a direction. Rather than whatever I was doing. Things traditionally made out of leather. Like, football is an item. Football is an item, you idiot. I'm wondering about saddle. They should have specified that it was the ball and not the... They should have put the space in between foot and ball. That's how that's done. But thank you for watching, guys. We're probably gonna do this next time on Sunday and starting at 14 PM UTC and going from 3 to 4 hours. Next Tuesday, I'm not sure if there's going to be a Touhou stream, just out of practicality, because sort of I don't like playing Touhou as much. I just do it for the community. Gotta be honest, I forgot about moccasins. It is shoes. I knew it, but yeah, that doesn't help me. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the follow again. I couldn't put you into the yeah, my name is Cinnamon. I couldn't put you into the leaderboard because I didn't win hard enough, which I apologize for. It's a failure on my part. To find maybe find something else for Tuesday. We gotta think about it. I don't think if there's anything. Tuesday streams are for the banter, and no one else is gonna watch anything other than Touhou. I'm gonna be straight up with you. If you're not gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. But yeah, that's been Poison Parfait. I thought about maybe Devil May Cry, but like